This is a Hot Pie Media original.
You know, Asshat of the Week, the competition this week is fierce. I mean, I can't think of another week when there was so much asshattery. It's a lot, man. It is. These are stellar asshat competitors, is what I would say to you. I don't even know where to start. We've got so many. I mean, think about this. I mean, think about think about how much asshat behavior has been out there for real asshat competitors. I mean, Will Smith is in the mix, obviously, but that one's too obvious. I like to go for ones that are not quite so obvious, some that are a little bit off the beaten path. And you've got, okay, so you got Will Smith would be in the mix for asshat. He took the lead early in the week. I introduced you to that moron out of Nebraska that thinks that furries are urinating in your kid's classroom. That guy's got to be in there for some asshat competition. Then I'm introduced. I don't know about you, but I'll introduce you to him. This guy is a real tool. And he started the week by telling the world that his congressional colleagues have been inviting him to do cocaine and participate in orgies. That's pretty asshat-like. Is it going to be weird if I kind of believe him? Is that going to be weird? Am I going to... See, I got some conspiracy in me. I got a tinfoil hat. I do. I can go there. And I told you, Sasquatch is in a trailer park. So I'm kind of with this guy. I know he's a nut, but I don't think he's that far off. Okay, so, I mean, walk through this. Asshat of the Week competition. I mean, it's set up for a pretty dramatic finish tomorrow. We might have a new asshat competitor tonight. So your work is cut out for you on asshat for this week, but you got Will Smith, blah, blah, blah. I think that's old news already. You got Furry Man, the congressional yahoo who says that your kids are dressed like furries and peeing in the classroom, right? We got that dude who I think is just I think he is on a level unlike any other asshat I can think of. But then you got this guy, this Congressman, Madison Cawthorn. What a week he's having. He's thrown out the concept that there is no greater buzzkill than to think of a congressional orgy. You'll never be turned on again. The thought of those people piled up naked is the worst thing you could ever imagine. You're never going to have sex again. You weren't anyway, but it's not even on the table now. So this guy, I actually kind of believe him. I kind of do. I'm sorry. I have no proof. I don't want to have proof. I don't want to think about them naked. I don't. Where do they put their teeth? Set them on the table? Jeez. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'll make you feel it too. I'll make you think about it too, because Madison Cawthorn says John McClellan is the co-founder and creator of ATX Hot Sauce, now in all 50 states and several retail outlets as well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to let this social media rock star chef walk us through 4 different sauces, and then I'll taste and we'll tell everyone why they should buy. You can give the science behind these, and then I'll make the simple recommendation. Go to atxhotsauce.com. All right,
so let's go. I don't think anybody's heard the website.
Yeah, I know.
By you, Jeff, but it is atxhotsauce.com.
I'll say it 345 times, atxhotsauce.com. So let's do it.
I brought 4 flavors here, and we're going to test your palate today. Okay. And I only brought 4 because I didn't think you could handle 5 or 6.
Yes,
probably a smart move. Yeah. And so the first one we're going to try here, it's called Beet Heat. And just like the name implies, it has beets in it. It's made with red Fresno peppers. Red Fresnos are red peppers that are they're hotter than a jalapeno and a little bit less than a serrano. So not super hot here, just a lot of really good flavor. So we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to move up the chain.
Okay. I've had the Beet Heat, but okay.
Yeah, we're going to try it though.
It goes well with a cab. All right, Jeff's savoring Beet Heat.
I'll even do it with you, so that should be all right. Now remember, it is hot sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It's hot sauce. Trust me, man.
Wait,
It's hot
is
sauce.
that one hot to you?
No, a little.
Yeah. The great thing with the fermentation process is you get a bunch of the flavor right up front.
Yeah.
And then the heat comes, but then it dissipates pretty quickly, especially with the red Fresnos. This is not a very spicy one, but it is a very tasty one. Goes on great on sandwiches.
Beet heat.
Beet heat. B-E-E-T. Heat.
All right. Go to atxhotsauce.com.
That's right.
They've been asking me to do coke and participate in orgies.
House of Cards is an extreme dramatization of D.C. and its political elite. But now, according to freshman North Carolina Representative Madison Cawthorn, it might be more realistic than one may have thought. Recently on the Warrior Poet Society podcast, he was asked how similar the Netflix show and D.C. really are, specifically with regards to the, quote, secret life of corruption and power and money and perversion. And Cawthorn dished, telling the host about what he says he has seen firsthand in our nation's capital, explaining that politicians he looked up to once invited him to a, quote, sexual get-together at one of their homes, with 26-year-old Cawthorn explaining that he eventually realized they meant an orgy. He went on to discuss other politicians who he noted had anti-addiction agendas, who he says took bumps of cocaine right in front of him, adding that he was warned about journalists who would keep stories about politicians in their back pockets to bully them. Finally telling the podcast host, quote, aside from the honor of serving my constituents, working in Washington is like the worst job in the world.
Is it terrible for me to say, I wish they'd do more coke? They need more coke. I wish they'd do more coke and have more orgies. I wish they had a needle in the arm regularly. I kind of believe him. I kind of do. I know he's a nut. All right, he's in. He's asshat of the week. And I mean, something came out of nowhere. It's like this barrage of asshattedness is coming at us. It's going to have a tough day tomorrow. You're going to have to drink a lot. It's a lot of Cabernet tomorrow. Okay, so Madison Cawthorn is in with coke and orgies, although Jeff's saying, I'm not voting for him because I kind of believe him. I want to believe him. Then I give you, man, you didn't see this one coming. I didn't see it coming. I had no idea, but the name itself is very familiar in asshat circles. I guess if your last name is Giuliani, you have no option but to become an asshat and live out like an asshat. Oh, no. What is this kid thinking? Does the name Giuliani ring a bell? If you think asshat, you think Giuliani, right? I think of soup and faces melting, but you think of asshat. So the young Giuliani is now in the clubhouse in our asshat competition because he's campaigning. And I'll be honest, I don't even want to look up what he's campaigning for because I don't want to believe he might win. God help us. But young Giuliani, I mean, you talk about a bad idea. Like you wait a little while before, a little separation from dad's issues. Just saying, I'm going to give this a few years. Instead, he's going to go right in on dad's coattails, and I believe he's running for governor of New York. Wow. What's the issue, Jeff? What's his big issue? The issue of the day. Transgendered. I know he's trying, and I know he's got like 5 people outside at some picnic listening to him. But he's going to try to win your vote by telling you that he looks under his daughter's dress.
My daughter made a promise to me on the first day, right? My wife was sleeping, and I'm holding her in my arms, and I get emotional thinking about it, but she made a promise with me. She shook my hand, and I said, I'm the only boyfriend until you're 25 years old. Shake hands. She shook my hand. So I have changed the diapers. I have looked under the hood. She's a woman. It's going to be the last guy in a long time that looks under the hood right there. But guess what? She was born a woman, and she's going to stay a woman. It's that simple.
Yeah. Vote for me. Good one. What a crowd that is he's in front of. It's not a good look, young Giuliani. So he's giving a speech outside under some interstate. And I've looked under the hood. Wow. Okay, asshat. Here's a tip. So your dad apparently didn't quite figure out how to hold a news conference. He would show up, in front of porn shops and stuff. But it's a good idea if you're going to hold like some kind of event with 7 old people sitting there underneath the overpass. Don't have a bunch of empty chairs behind you. He's got maybe 30 people there to hear him talk about looking up under his daughter's dress, and about half of them are empty chairs. He's in. You have a tough time tomorrow. Tough time tomorrow. Just by being named Giuliani, you're automatically an asshat.
Thanks for listening. You can find more episodes and all of our other Hot Pie Media originals baked fresh daily at our home online at hotpiemedia.com, the Hot Pie Media YouTube channel, or wherever you listen to podcasts.